Making 2023 an amazing year is a goal we can all work towards. The process of doing so has to start right now. We're in the final days of 2022. That's what I'm going to be talking about in this episode. How to make this coming year an amazing year. So let's start taking the steps necessary today to make the future brighter. Hang on. We'll get started here in just a minute. If you're new to me, I'm Dr. Dwayne Wood. That's Wood with an E. The E stands for endocrinology. And here on the channel, I educate, I empower, and I encourage you to take charge of your health and your life, avoid complications, and go to the next level, creating the life that you've always wanted. Yes, right. That's what we do. And you have caught me in Vlogmas. That's what we're calling it every December. And you see the logo here right above my head, right here somewhere. Yeah, right. And so this time is a time when content creators take time to expand, to explore, to improve their content, to improve what they do, to grow and to tweak. And that's what's going on this month. This is day number, let me see, I got to look, day number 17. And we've been doing a live show I have been doing a live show every day. And there are content creators that are out there that are creating, whether it's a live stream, a video, some post, some blog, some course that they are working on to improve. And they are doing that here in the month of December, as I said, called Vlogmas. The benefit to us is that we get to explore, we get to grow, we get to look at what we're doing. Are we still fulfilling our purpose? And for you, the audience, the patients, the clients, the customers, you get to see us do it. You get to see us grow. And sometimes you get to see us do that in real time, as you've seen here on this show. So a shout out to all the people, all the content creators who are out there, who are even now, some of you are live as I'm being live on your shows. And you're producing content for the month. My hat's off to you. Continue doing what you're doing. For you, the audience, I want you to make sure that during this month that you spend time going to those places. Even though you may not normally look at that or watch that or listen to that or read that type of content, this month I want you to pay special attention to it, particularly if you see this logo. Let them know that you appreciate what they are doing and that you are there to support them. Yeah. Also, if you're new, go ahead and put new in the comments, because I'd love to give you a hand clap and some music to welcome you to the show. If you have questions, go ahead and put those in the chat with a Q and a colon in front of it, so that I know that that's a question that we need to look at. Thank you all so much for all the comments that you've been sending in for what we've been doing this month so far. And remember, I have been highlighting people who are doing their thing in whatever space they find themselves. And let me pull that graphic up there for you. This is the graphic that we've been showing. We talked to Dr. Raynon Andrews. We talked to India Delgado. We talked to Dr. Ruby Lathan. We talked to Kirk Nugent. All those amazing interviews that we've had. We've had to make a few changes to our schedule due to some unforeseen circumstances. And so tonight I'm spending time talking to you about how to make 2023 amazing. Right? That's what we're going to be discussing tonight. And this is the basis for the next ebook that you will find that we're going to be putting out in our next level series, right? How to make 2023 an amazing year. So let's hop over and let's just do that right now, right? So 2023. This year for me has been so full of growth, so full of expansion, so full of learning. Right. There's several things that I've done this year that we're going to share with you later on, at the end of this year, coming up into the new year. But this has been an amazing year for me. And I'm looking forward to 2023. And many of you are looking forward to 2023. And you may not know, how do I go about getting started? How do I go about deciding what to do? What am I going to do? Right? What are some steps that I can take? And so that's what I'm going to share with you tonight. Let me go ahead and pop this up. And so as we are looking at the year, right, there are several things that we want to make sure that we're doing. And the first thing that I guess I want to say is we're not thinking about, and this has gotten a bad rap. New Year's resolutions have gotten a bad rap, right? Because they kind of symbolize to everybody the things that we plan to do, that we start doing at the beginning of the year, and then they kind of fall away, right? That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about coming up with a plan for what we're doing in 2023. And there are some mindset things we have to do, some practical things that we have to do. So let's go ahead and look at those here as we go. So the first one I want you to know is you got to determine what's important to you. Yep. You've got to determine what is important to you as we get into the new year. Are you looking to create the life you want? And that's really the crux of all of this, right? Are you looking to create the life you want? If so, the first step is to spend some time figuring out what's important to you and the kind of life you want. What are your dreams? What gives you joy? Where do you want to live? What type of thing do you want to be engaged in? After all, you cannot get somewhere if you don't know where you're going, right? Meaning in life gives you purpose. And this helps to guide and direct you on the course that you're going to take throughout the year. So figuring out what is meaningful, what things I like, will help me to do what I need to do to get to the place I want to go, right? So determining what is important to you, so important. Now, there are lots of ways to go about doing this. And we did a video back in our August offering. Go back and look at those. That kind of walks through the steps of how to determine, right, what are some of the things that are important to you. So for instance, figuring out what your why is, right? What is your purpose? Why are you here? Why are you here on this planet? What are you supposed to be doing? What gifts do you have that's supposed to be offered to the world? What gifts do you have that's supposed to enhance the community? Right. So what types of things are important to you will come to you as you begin looking at your gifts and you begin looking at the things that bring you joy. Right. So what things bring you joy? What are some of your dreams and aspirations? What are some of the gifts that you have? What are some of the skills that you have? Right. Because those skills, right, will determine sometimes where you end up. And of course, we've talked before about learning to refine those skills. So first of all, determine what's important to you. What is important to you? The next thing that you want to do is you want to deal with the past. Deal with the past. This is a big one, right? We often look back at the mistakes that we've made. And we create this kind of cycle of guilt and regret. Guilt and regret. We look back, guilt and regret. Oh, I wish I did. Wish I had not. I wish I could have. I wish I should have. And you may feel like it's too late to create the life that you want now. But those things, right, those past things that we continually go back to, those things inhibit us. They hinder us. They block us. They prevent us from moving forward. Because it's like a rubber band, right? So we get so far and ching, right? We get pulled back. We get so far and we pull back. Now, there are some horrendous things that some people have gone through. There are some life situations that I cannot even begin to imagine that you've gone through. There are some pains that you've suffered. There's some abuse that you've had. There's some mental anguish that you've gone through. There are some people that have oppressed you and suppressed you and injured you. All of that has happened to you. And those things are an anchor in our past. And we cannot go farther than our ability to deal with those. Now, that may take counseling. It may take getting into a group. It may take some therapy. And I know looking back sometimes can be painful, and we'd much rather not deal with it. We'd much rather try to get as far away from it as possible. But let me say that until we deal with some of those things, we can't move forward. Letting go, coming to grips with, facing. And sometimes the pain is we imagine it so hard that we don't even want to deal with it. And we'd much rather try to make it on our own. But letting go of those regrets, dealing with those difficulties, dealing with those pains, This is an opportunity for growth. Imagine the ability you have to face life head on when there's nothing holding you back. So an investment in yourself, investment in learning about your past, investment in dealing with your past, understanding your past, understanding your mistakes, right? So we've talked about the fact that you may have gone through some things that were painful that other people did, but there are some things that are happening in our lives right now that are because of mistakes that we made in the past. And you may be beating yourself up because of those mistakes. But understanding it, learning from the past, then creating a plan. Okay, now we've dealt with that now, right? I've cut that chain. That anchor is gone. Now it's time for me to fly. And with all the things that you've done, right? Because some of you watching have done some amazing things in your life. You've gone far. You've surpassed anything that anyone could have imagined for you. Imagine how much farther you get, how higher you can soar once that anchor, that past has been cut. Now that's one aspect of past. Now we deal with past, and some of it is dealing and getting over and forgetting and getting away from. But some of it, there's some things back there, y'all, that we've learned. There's some things that I've learned in my life that I would not have learned as efficiently, as successfully if it wasn't for some of the pain in my past. Now, I don't want the pain, and I wish I could have learned those things in a different way. But yeah, they're part of me. I can't get rid of them. And there's some things I bring with me that give me power here in the present because of my past. Yeah. So deal with the past. All right. So I see we have a guest with us. Hey, Tatiana, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. She says, hello. Glad that you are here to see us as we talk about how to make 2023 an amazing year, right? So that's where we're heading. Amazing year 2023. So the next thing that we want to do is we want to be comfortable with who we are right now. Oh my goodness. Comfortable with who we are right now. Can you imagine? Ooh, I got to take a big deep breath for this one, because this one hits me home. Hits right square between the eyes, as they say. For a long time in my life, a considerable part of my life, I was not comfortable with who I was. I was what you call a people pleaser on steroids, because I always wanted to be the person that the other person liked, that the other person connected with. And so I would change who I was. I would change what I did. I would change my thoughts to please other people so that I could fit in, right? So I could be part of the tribe. Do you know how exhausting that is? Yeah. Very, very exhausting, right? So everyone has unique qualities about themselves that we can use to create joy, hope, create the life that we want. And accepting ourselves is a key, right, to being happy. And it's important to remember that we don't need to change who we are in order to feel accepted by others. That's a lesson I had to learn. We are, and I'm putting myself in there, you and I, we're always growing and learning and embracing who we are, flaws and all. It is not an easy task. It takes courage, it takes resilience, it takes acceptance, but understanding that we are in control of the life we create. That can be empowering, and that's one of the phrases I always use, empowering. Remember that self-acceptance starts inside. It starts right in here. And there are flaws. There are things that we don't like about ourselves. There are places that we are in that we want to be so much a part of that we're willing to change who we are at the core to get acceptance. You do not have to do that. You don't have to do it. So we've got to begin learning how to be comfortable with who we are. Be the person who you are. There are people who are not going to like you, right? When you are your authentic self, there are people that aren't going to like you. They don't like how you smile. They don't like how you talk. They don't like the tone of your voice. They don't like how you look, how you blink your eyes, how you turn your head. They don't like how you smile. They don't like how you eat. They don't like how you chew. That's okay. That's not your tribe. There is a group of people there that like you for just who you are. And we don't have to work to fit in with the people who don't like the things that we like and the things that we do. Now, I'm not talking about being obnoxious in our comfort, right? That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about being authentically who I am and allowing people to interact and respond to me in the way they do, and me being okay with what I'm doing, okay with who I am. Whew. Yeah. Could you guys tell that one was that one was for me. As I'm telling you, I'm telling myself that. I'm reminding myself of those words. Be comfortable with who I am. Be comfortable with who I am. Yeah. And let's see, we've got Vivian Barnes. Hey, Vivian, thanks for coming through. She said, good word. Good word. Love it, love it. And then Tatiana, she says, turning pain into power. Love that, Tatiana. Get that over there. Here we go. Let's see if I can move this screen. There we go. I love that, love that. All right, turning pain into power. All right. So we are talking about how to make 2023 an amazing year. The next thing we want to do, right, after we become comfortable with who we are, and I keep saying after, but these are not things that are sequential, right? These are things that can be working at the same time. But the next one is live in the now. Live in the now. Whoo. All right, so all these, I guess I can just turn the camera around and talk to myself, because all of these things are things that are a part of who I am. Living life to the fullest means that we should live in the moment. When we live life in the moment, in the right now, when we live in it with intention, rather than just flowing and following the mundane routines of everyday life, we leave room for advancement and opportunities to grow as individuals. Life is unpredictable, and we can't change what's going to happen. We can prepare for it, and we can't drastically alter those things. We get ready. It's like having an umbrella. You can't control the weather, but you can prepare for what's going to happen. So living in the present moment allows us to embrace it fully. Because I'm not thinking, right? Because we've already dealt with the past. I'm not thinking, I'm not living back there. I'm not living with those regrets. I'm not living with those pains, those hurts. And I'm not worried about what's going to happen. I've set my plan in motion. I've researched it. I've looked at it. I've talked to people. I've gotten counsel. I've created a plan. The plan is now in action, and I'm just going with the plan. And whatever comes to me, I deal with it on the face of it. I deal with it head on. I'm not hiding anymore. Remember, we're not allowing life to happen to us anymore. When we take time to live in the moment, we can achieve true happiness rather than always looking over our shoulders, looking over the fence, seeing what's better over there. What does someone else have? What am I missing? Every single day is a unique opportunity to treasure the little moments in our lives, the smile that someone gives you, the kind word that comes from your spouse, the hug that your child gives you. All of these things make up our individual living, our individual lives. It helps to anchor us in the now so we can live, so we can go for, so we can expand, so we can create, so we can make 2023 an exciting and amazing year. So living in the now. And then develop a plan. Develop a plan. That's right. That's right. There's some work coming here, right? Because this is not some ethereal thing, right? This is not a dream. Once you've defined your goals, the next step is to develop a plan for achieving those goals. The plan should include both short-term and long-term goals. Short-term goals are those that we can achieve in the near future. Long-term goals are those things that are going to take us a longer time. It should be specific. It should be measurable. It should be achievable, attainable. There should be a time to it, right? Remember that SMART goal? Go back and watch that video that we did. So develop the plan. How am I going to get there? What resources do I need? What people do I need? What more information? What training? What do I have to do to achieve this goal that I want? I say I want to make 2023 an amazing year. What are the goals? What do I want to do? What makes me happy? And then, okay, now how am I going to do that? How am I going to do it? Practical, right? Smart goals. Love it. All right. Tatiana says the present moment is a present to enjoy for sure. Yeah, I love it. Love it. She says the present moment is a present. It is. The present moment is the present. Thank you for that, Tatiana. All right. So develop a plan. Develop a plan. Believe in yourself is the next one, y'all. Believe in yourself. The first thing to understand is that the most important thing when you create the life you want is that you take yourself with you. Right? So when you get to the life you want, when you're creating the life you want, in the process of going to the life you want, you are going with you. So accepting who you are, be comfortable with who you are, and then believe in who you are. You have to believe that you can achieve anything you set your mind to. If you don't believe in yourself, it's going to be very difficult to be successful. It's going to be very difficult to have an amazing year. And this belief sometimes has to come when the people around you may not see your vision and see your dream. Sometimes the people who are around you, they haven't gotten it yet. Because as you are building yourself, as you are creating this amazing life, there are some times when there are people that are in your life that haven't risen to the level of vision that you have as yet. And so sometimes the driving force that's under you, the rocket that's under you, the rocket that's helping to propel you is your belief that I'm going to be successful. That's the fuel for all of this. Now, you've got to create a group around you that supports you. And I have an amazing group that I've joined recently that is helping to push and propel, right? And say and hold my feet to the fire. I said, no. You said you were going to do that. And I said, oh, I don't want to do that. Or I think that's too difficult. Well, let's figure out how to do it. So I've created around myself a group that believes with me. But believe in yourself. That's the fuel that drives where you're heading. It's the fuel that drives where you're heading. And then, when you've done all of that, get off the couch. Get off the couch. What do you mean, get off the couch? I mean that we have gone through and we've done all these things, right? So we have, we've determined what's important. We've dealt with the past. We've become comfortable with who we are, or we're in the process of becoming comfortable. We're learning how to live in the now, grasping out, carpe diem, seize the day. Right now, what we need to do. We've developed a plan. We now have belief in ourselves. We've got a community around us that's pushing us forward. And now we got to get off the couch. Wherever you are in life, no matter how big or small your goals may be, stop dreaming and start doing. That's right. It's important to take accountable steps. It's important to move towards achieving what it is. You've got to be actionable. Because the only way to make progress towards your goal and to be successful and to achieve the year that you want, the amazing 2023, is you got to take action. Success doesn't happen overnight. So don't be discouraged once you start taking action if it doesn't progress. Now, I'll tell you, and I'm going to tell on myself, right? There's something that I wanted to do for this year. And I was talking to a guy about, okay, what do we need to do? And he said, okay, let's start. And I said, no, I'm going to do it. Okay. That was December of 2021. And guess what? It's not done yet. Because I kept planning and tweaking, improving and thinking. And here I am, 2022, and it has not been done because I did not get off the couch. I did not take the steps that were necessary. I didn't follow the plan. So you've got to get off the couch, start moving, put the plan into action. Everything in the plan is not going to work. Let me say that, right? Because I think sometimes that's one of the things that causes us problems, because we think once we start the plan, everything is going to go perfectly. And when it doesn't, we scrap the plan. It's not that the plan is bad. That particular thing is not working. So let's try something else, tweak it. But you got to keep pushing. You got to keep moving forward with enthusiasm and dedication. As you've listened to all of the interviews that we've done this month so far, that was a key. That when things didn't go the way they planned, the guests that were on, they didn't stop there. You heard India say yesterday that she didn't even like what she was doing at the time, but she learned from it. She tweaked it. She moved. She did something else. And you can do this. Amazing 2023. That's what we're shooting for. We're shooting for a banner year. This is not pie in the sky stuff. This is not a dream that we have that one day right. This is okay. This is what I want to do. This is the life I want to create. This is who I want to be. This is what I want to offer the world. This is what I want to do in my community. And as you do all those, and if you're going to do all those things, you got to get off the couch. You guys like that? Is that a good one? Get off the couch. Get off the couch. Get off the couch. Let's see. Tatiana said, I've got to keep on moving. Like that song. That's right. Keep on moving. Yeah. Yeah. So you got me singing, Tatiana. Oh, and let's see. We've got Mommy Guide. Lala. She says, good morning from my side of the world, Dr. Dwayne, at Vivian Barnes and Tatiana. Hey, thanks for coming through. All right. And if you remember that when Lala was on, we did a vision board. That's part of this, right? Creating that vision, creating that idea. What do we want to do? And thank you for doing that with us. Lala. Tatiana says hello. Awesome. So if we're going to create an amazing 2023, we've got to end 2022 the same way. So this doesn't start January 1 of 2023. This starts this moment. This starts maybe by going back and rewatching this video, taking some notes, pausing it, getting those points down. Begin building your group. Okay, what are my goals? What am I going to do? What kind of life do I want to live? What is important to me? What are some things in my past that I've got to deal with that are going to hinder me from moving forward? And I'm telling you, sometimes we're not sure. Okay? Or sometimes we know that there's that one thing and we're like, okay, it's really not a problem. I'm not going to deal with it. But we keep coming back to that same thing. All right, so deal with it. Develop a plan. Know that you are sufficient. One of the things I love about when I'm talking to clients, all right, is that I believe in the coaching field. We believe that they come to us sufficient and they really have solutions, but there's something that's causing a block. And so we help to pull back the curtain a little bit, right? A different perspective. Did you think about it this way? Did you think about it that way? So that we can move forward, move past that. You may need a therapist. You may need someone to sit down with you and begin talking about those things from the past so that you can move forward from it. And then we get, I love this number because I keep saying it, these two numbers. 1,440 minutes every day. 528,600 minutes a year. Right? Can you imagine somebody giving you $525,600? You get to spend those however you want. Oh, oh man! If I can get $1 for every minute, that would be amazing, right? That's the first thing. But yeah, you get to spend that however you want. And you can do it. You can do it. All right, let's hop it back over to our comments. Let's see. Mommy Guy, she said, I had so much fun, Dr. Dwayne. Thank you for having me. Yeah, thank you for coming back. Indeed, awesomeness needs preparation and hard work. Yeah. And Lala, thank you for saying that, because I think that's another point that I need to make. I can't imagine right now some of the situations and circumstances that some people who are watching this, who will be watching this, where you are. And all the stuff that I say may not be easy. In fact, some of it is going to be hard. Some of it is going to cause pain. When you begin facing reality, there's pain there. And I want to offer this space as a place where we begin supporting each other, where we begin working together to grow and to expand. And we're not just talking about diabetes and thyroid and adrenals, right? We're talking about how do we also avoid complications in our mind, in our emotions, in our lives. All of those things fit together because the disease process is influenced by everything that happens in our lives. Sometimes the reason someone's blood sugar is not controlled has nothing to do with diabetes. It has everything to do with where they find themselves. The dissatisfaction. Irritable discontent. Where they find themselves. And so making 2023 an amazing year may be the treatment for your blood sugar. Woo! Hey, I need to coin that. So yeah, so making it an amazing year may be the thing you need to get your blood sugar under control. Or it may be the thing you need to begin losing weight. The thing you need to begin sleeping better. Or the thing you need to begin making a relationship better. Because if you're dissatisfied, then everything else is affected. Wow. Man, I'm learning this stuff. I'm learning stuff as I'm talking right now. I'm gonna make sure I go back and watch the video. Ooh, wow. Hey guys, I'm so glad that you are here. So glad that you spent time with us. Spend time with me. I keep saying us, but me. All of us spending time together. Thank you for coming through. Let's take a moment now and let's hop over to our amazing question wheel before we get on to something else and then get out of here. Let's see. Let's hop over here. Amazing question wheel. Question wheel. There we go. Boom. All right, so our amazing question wheel, you see the questions on the screen. Questions on the screen. I'm going to spin the wheel, and whatever question it lands on, I'm going to answer. The whole thing about the question wheel, if you would like your question to show up on the question wheel, you can go ahead and send those, and let me pop that up on the screen. You'll see all of my social media handles are Dwayne Wood MD. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook. You can send an email to dwood@dwaynewoodmd.com, dwood@dwaynewoodmd.com, and we will get that question up on the screen, and we'll give you a shout out for the question. All right. So here are the rules. I've got to answer the question. Once the spinner finishes, we're going to answer that question. It has to be short, concise. It has to be usable. It can't be a nonsensical answer. And I have to answer it in 45 seconds. Okay. So those are the rules. So let's go ahead and spin our wheel and let's see what we got tonight. Round and round and round it goes. Where it stops, nobody knows. All right. What are sick day rules? What are sick day rules? Okay. So some background for that. Sick day rules are rules that are we use for diabetics during the time when they're sick. So sick days. Okay. So what are the sick day rules? So that's the question that we're going to answer. So that's a backdrop for those of you watching right now. Sick day rules. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Let's get 45 seconds on the clock and on the screen. What are sick day rules? So sick day rules occur when people are feeling sick. We're talking specifically here for people who are diabetics. So sick day rules say that you're not feeling well, you have high blood sugars, you're not able to eat, maybe you are having a cold or fever or something like that, and the blood sugars are high. So you begin checking blood sugars every 1 to 2 hours and checking ketones if your blood sugars are over 250. If the blood sugars are over 250 and you're checking ketones, you want to take insulin and drink fluids to begin getting those down. All right. So I think I did it. I wanted to say all right, so I think, hold on. I'm back. All right, so I'm back. Yeah, so what happened is because I didn't hit the button, it went on to some of the other scenes. I got to change that. But anyway, so I'm here. So yeah, I wanted to talk more. I was tempted, but I said, no, I've got to stop. 45 seconds. I think I still had some more, but that's okay. All right. So making 2023 an amazing year, right? Those are the steps. And let me run through those again. Let me pop that there. So determine what's important to you. Deal with the past. Be comfortable with who you are right now. And notice we say right now because that changes, right? Live in the now. Develop a plan. Believe in yourself and then get off the couch. That's how you make 2023 an amazing year. And that actually begins when? Begins right now, right? So don't wait until January 1 of 2023. You got to start doing that right now. Well, guys, I'm excited that you have been here. I'm excited that you spent time with me. If you've not already done so, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit the subscription button, and then hit the notification bell. When you do that, you will be alerted of new things that we put up on the channel. If you know someone who's trying to subscribe, they can't help them out. This is a free account that you create on YouTube, so there's no charge. And then you will know whenever I go live or whenever I put new content up on the screen. And remember, we do have an offering. Let's see. Let's go over here. I think this is the right screen. Right. So if you go to Dwayne Wood MD, you will see our free 7 Keys to Success ebook. If you click on that, then it will come up with this screen, and you will put your email and first name there, and then it will direct you how to download that ebook. Man, share this with everybody. It's a free resource. How successful people create the life they want. How successful people create the life they want. And this is the first in our Next Level series. The show that we just did actually is a precursor to our next in the Next Level series. So make sure that you pay attention when you see that coming out. I'm excited that we are still in Vlogmas. We're halfway through, right? Halfway through, and we've got a lineup that's coming up that will be amazing. So make sure you come back and hang out with us. This is Dr. Dwayne Wood, Wood with an E. The E stands for endocrinology. And here on the channel, I educate, I empower, and I encourage you to take charge of your health, your life, create the life you've always wanted, and go to the next level. Thank you for stopping by, Lala and Tatiana and Vivian. Glad that you guys are here. Please go ahead, if you're watching, if you're out there, give us a thumbs up, and we will see you at the next video tomorrow night. Good night, everybody.